This is for the students of class 10. Hope you are all well and you are staying at home. And please stay at home and maintain the guidelines given by the government. This is the only way we can fight against COVID-19. Since you are at home, you have enough time to study. So revise your lessons which have already been done in school. And if you face any problem, note it down. We will solve it together whenever the school starts. Okay? So today we will start our lesson 5, that is our Runaway Kite, written by Lucy Maud Montgomery. She was a Canadian author, and she was best known for her short stories, novels. And this particular story, that is Our Runaway Kite, depicts how the narrator got reunited with her long lost relations. This is a very beautiful, very adorable tale that depicts the value of relations. Through this story, the readers, that means we, are told how the narrator's wish was fulfilled with the help of a kite. So in our Runaway Kite, the kite plays the important role to reunite all the relations. Okay. Now I'm going to start to read Unit 1. Open your textbook and please listen carefully. Of course, there was nobody for us to play with on the Big Half Moon. So the name of the island on which they were living is Big Half Moon. We had just to make the most of each other, and we did. We live on the Big Half Moon Island. We, our father and Claude and I. So how many characters are there, or how many relations are there living together? Only father, Claude and I means the narrator. And then the narrator mentions about Aunt Esther and Mimi and Dick. It used to be only father and Claude and I. So earlier, only father, Claude and the narrator, they were living together. It is all on account of the kite that there are more of us. So here comes the role of the kite, and this is what I want to tell you about. So we can assume that the kite is the key character that helps to reunite all the relations. Father is the keeper of the Big Half Moon lighthouse. So what was the profession of the narrator's father? The narrator's father was the keeper of the Big Half Moon lighthouse. And what is lighthouse? Lighthouse is a tower that contains light and it guides and warns the ships that approach the coast. Okay. I am 11 years old. So the narrator is 11 years old, and Claude is 12. So Claude is 1 year older. In winter, when the harbor is frozen over, we all move over to the mainland. As soon as spring comes, back we sail to our own dear island. So from these two lines, we come to know that during winter, they leave or they move over to the mainland, and whenever spring comes, they return back to their own dear island, that is the Big Half Moon. The funny part used to be that people always pitied us when the time came for us to return. Why people used to pity them whenever they have to return to Big Half Moon? Because they think that we must be so lonesome over there. Follow the line. They said, we must be so lonesome over there with no other children near us. So why people pitied them? Because people used to think that Claude and the narrator, they were so lonesome over the island, Big Half Moon, because there were no other children near them. Okay. Of course, Claude and I would have liked to have someone to play with us. It is hard to run pirate caves and things like that with only two. The narrator admits that it would have been very good if they had some more children with them to play the games called pirate caves, because the games like pirate caves is very difficult to be played with only two of them. Okay, but we used to quarrel a good deal with the mainland children in winter. So whenever they moved to the mainland, they used to play with all the other children on the mainland, and they had or they used to quarrel a good deal, means they had fights with the children. So it was perhaps just as well that there were none of them on the Big Half Moon. Claude and I never quarreled. So the best part of being on the Big Half Moon was that Claude and the narrator, they never quarreled with each other. To be sure, father didn't seem to have any relations except us. So from here we get the information that their father didn't seem to have any relations except them. Them means Claude and the narrator. This used to puzzle Claude and me. Naturally, if why they didn't have any other relations, these questions must have come up on their mind. Everybody on the mainland had relations. So the narrator is saying that whenever they used to go to mainland, they saw that the children had many relations on the mainland. Why hadn't we? Was it because we lived on an island? We thought it would be so jolly to have an uncle, an aunt, and some cousins. Once we asked father about it, but he looked so sorrowful that we wished we hadn't. So whenever these questions come on their mind, they used to think on this matter very deeply, and because of this, one day they went to their father and they asked him, why don't we have any relations? But when they asked these questions to their father, they saw that their father became very sorrowful, which made them sad, and they thought that they shouldn't have asked this question to their father. He said it was all his fault. Claude and I didn't understand what he meant. His father answered that we don't have any relations and this is all because of his fault. This answer confused Claude and the narrator more. They didn't understand what his father meant. So here ends the unit 1 ends here. I hope you have understood it well. Go through the paragraphs again and again. The language is very simple. There is no difficult word, and Then you can try to solve the comprehension exercises, that is, choose the correct alternatives to complete the following sentences, and we have fill in the chart with information from the text, and then we have state whether the following statements are true or false, and you have to provide supporting phrases or words. So these exercises are familiar to you. You have done this kind of exercises before also. Still, if you have any problem, I will try to solve the answers in my next class, and next day we will continue from unit 2. Okay, so this is it for today.